Hey guys, today we're going to be diving into something that's going to be a complete game changer for your Airbnb business. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about HostAway. Hands down, the best channel manager for Airbnb hosts in 2025. And I mean everything. We're going to cover exactly how to set it up, how to automate your entire hosting business, and I'm even going to show you some advanced features that most hosts don't even know exist. If you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to manage multiple listings, if you're tired of constantly checking different platforms, if you're worried about double bookings, or if you're just spending way too much time doing things manually, this video is going to change your life. By the end, you'll know exactly how to automate your entire hosting business using the same system that I use to manage all of my properties. And guys, this is going to be a longer video because I want to show you everything, but I promise that it'll be worth sticking around until the very end because what you learn in the next few minutes could literally save you hours every single day. Let's dive right in with why you actually need a channel manager in the first place. You know, when I first started hosting on Airbnb, I thought I could handle everything manually. I mean, how hard could it be, right? Well, let me tell you, it gets complicated fast. Let me paint a picture of what life looks like without a channel manager. You wake up to 3 new booking inquiries, one on Airbnb, one on VRBO, and one on booking.com. You need to check each platform separately, verify the dates are still available on your other calendars, and then respond to each guest individually. Then you get a message from a current guest asking about early check-in. But wait, which platform are they on again? You have to search through 3 different inboxes just to find their conversation. Meanwhile, you're trying to coordinate with your cleaning team on today's turnover, but you can't remember if you blocked off the dates across all your other platforms. And then it happens. You get the dreaded double booking. You forgot to update one calendar, and now you've got 2 different guests expecting to check in on the same day. This is the reality for a lot of hosts, and it was definitely the reality for me before I discovered channel management softwares. And the worst part is that one small mistake can completely derail your business and tank your reviews. So this is exactly why you need a channel manager, and not just any channel manager. You need one that's actually reliable. Now, before we dive into HostAway specifically, let me explain what a good channel manager should do for you. First, it needs to handle your calendar syncing perfectly. And when I say perfectly, I mean perfectly. There's no room for error when you're dealing with people's vacations. Second, it should automate your guest communication. You shouldn't be typing out the same check-in instructions 50 times a month. Third, it needs to help you manage your team, your cleaners, your maintenance people, your virtual assistants. Everyone should be working from the same system. Fourth, it should give you detailed reporting so you can actually understand how your business is performing. And finally, it needs to be reliable, because if your channel manager goes down, your entire business goes down with it. Now, what makes HostAway different from all the other channel management softwares out there? Well, I've personally tested pretty much every channel manager on the market, and while a lot of them are really decent tools, HostAway consistently outperforms them in several key areas. First, and this is huge, they have the most reliable calendar syncing in the industry. I cannot stress enough just how important this is. When you're dealing with multiple platforms, you absolutely cannot afford to have syncing delays or errors. Second, their automation capabilities are incredible. You can automate literally every repetitive task in your business, from guest communication to team management to pricing updates. Third, their reporting is way more detailed than what you get with other channel managers. You can track everything from occupancy rates to revenue per night, see which platforms are performing best, and even break down your expenses by property. And last but not least, their pricing. I'll be the first to admit that there are other systems out there that have a better UI. There are systems that have more bells and whistles, but there's no other channel management system on the market that offers a better value than HostAway. Some of these companies are charging insane rates for their software, and that just isn't sustainable for your business. Price matters, and more importantly, value matters. And HostAway, in my opinion, over delivers on value, which is why I continue to recommend it frequently. Now, let me actually show you exactly how it works. All right, so when you first log into HostAway, this is what you'll see. I'm actually going to walk you through my own account so you can see exactly how I have everything set up myself. The first thing you'll notice is the main dashboard. This is the command center. Everything you need to manage your properties is right here. At the top, you've got your key metrics, today's check-ins and checkouts, any outstanding tasks, upcoming reservations, some revenue metrics, and messaging stats. Now let's dive into what I think is the most important part of HostAway, the calendar management. Click on calendar in the left sidebar, and you'll see all your properties properties laid out in a timeline view. This right here is really where the magic happens. Let me show you a few things that make HostAway's calendar so powerful. First, look at these different viewing options at the top. You've got timeline view, which shows all your properties at once, monthly view, which is great for seeing what's going on right now, and then annual view, which is great for seeing a snapshot of your year as a whole. As you'd expect, if you click into one of these properties to pull up the monthly view, now you can see everything you need. The nice thing here is that making any changes or adjusting is super simple. All you need to do is drag to select dates, then make whatever changes you want, and you're good to go. You can change prices, update availability, or even add notes so that everyone in your team knows exactly what's going on, like if there's maintenance coming in. You can also click into each individual reservation to see all the details for that particular booking. And then from there, you can also quickly pull up the message thread with that guest or any of the other more detailed reservation information. Super quick, super easy. Next down the list is dynamic pricing. Now, much as I love HostAway, their dynamic pricing is still fairly new, and I really like Price Labs for dynamic pricing. So for now, I'm not using this feature with HostAway. It is worth noting that using the dynamic pricing feature in HostAway does come at an extra cost, so bear that in mind when you're choosing which tool to use. After that, we've got the reservations tab. This section in HostAway is really straightforward. It just allows you to see all of your reservations as well as filter them based on different criteria and export them into a report if you want as well. I mostly just come into this tab and sort by reservation date to make sure that we're consistently getting bookings. This tab is also where you'll come to create special discount codes for guests to use on your direct booking website. And one of the most mind-blowing features in HostAway is that you can create a fully functional, fully integrated direct booking website in just a few clicks. I'm going to show you more about that in just a sec, but first let's check out the inbox. I'm skipping over the smart lock section because once again, this is an add-on feature in HostAway and honestly one that I just don't have a real need for personally. If you click on inbox in the left sidebar, you'll see what I think is one of the most powerful features at HostAway. This is where all your guest communication lives, regardless of which platform they've booked through. Let me show you why this is so incredible. First off, look at how the inbox is laid out. On the left, you've got all your conversations. On the right, you can see the full chat history with whatever guests you selected. But here's where it gets really good. Look at this panel over on the far right. This shows you everything you need to know about the guest and their booking. Which platform they booked through, which property they're staying at, their check-in and checkout dates, total booking amount, number of guests, special requests, everything. This means you never have to go digging through different booking platforms to figure out who's who or what they've booked. Here's a feature most hosts don't even know about that's a huge time saver, the quick response button. See these buttons over here on the right of the message box? Click one and it'll automatically insert common responses like your discount policy, your late checkout policy, or any other common responses that you've created a template for. And you can customize these quick responses too. Click on settings and then quick responses, and you can add your own. I've got one set up for things that I type all the time, like giving early check-in information or explaining the Wi-Fi setup. Now let's talk about something that's going to save you hours. Message automations. Click on automations up here at the top. These are pre-written messages that you can use for different situations. Let me show you how to set one up. Click on create new to create a new automation. Start by naming it, adding a subject, and then start typing out your message. Here's the really cool part. See these variables in the curly brackets? Things like guest name or check-in date. HostAway automatically fills these in with the correct information for each guest. You can even include property-specific details like Wi-Fi passwords, door codes, parking instructions, and house rules. And the best part, you can set all of this up to send automatically based on triggers. Let me show you how to set that up as well. When you go to event triggers, you can do things like send check-in instructions 2 days before arrival, or send a welcome message when the guest checks in, or send a review request the day after checkout. This means no more remembering to send your guests specific messages at specific times. You can create these for individual properties or for multiple properties. It's totally up to you, and it's a huge time saver. The inbox is really the command center for all your guest communication. Once you have this set up properly, you'll never have to worry about missing a message or keeping track of different platforms again. Now, if you want to see exactly how I've set up all my message templates and automation rules, I share my complete messaging system inside a B&B Tribe. These are the exact templates that have helped me maintain a near perfect review score across all my properties. But let's keep going because there's still so much more that I have to show you here in HostAway. Let's dive into something next that's going to completely change how you manage your team. It's called the Tasks feature. Click on Tasks on the left sidebar, and you'll see what looks like a simple Kanban board. But don't let the simple layout fool you. This is actually a really powerful feature in HostAway, especially when you're working with a team. Let me show you how this works. First, you've got these different columns: to do, accepted, in progress, and done. Now you can drag and drop tasks between these columns as they move through different stages. But here's where it gets really interesting. Watch what happens when we create a new task. Click Add Task up here in the top right. You'll see that you can give the task a title, add a detailed description, set a due date, assign it to specific team members, attach files or photos, add a checklist, and even link it to specific properties. Let me show you how I use this in my business. Let's say you notice a leaky faucet in one of your properties, or your cleaner does. Here's how you'd create a task. Just click on Add Task, title it Fix Leaky Faucet, Unit 12, whatever it might be. In the description, you can add specific details about which faucet and what's wrong. Have your cleaner attach the photos of the issue, assign it to your maintenance person, and then link it to that one specific property. Now, here's where it gets really powerful. You can set it up so that your maintenance person gets notified as soon as you assign that task to them. You can also set it up so that you get notified when they mark it as accepted or in progress or anything else. And you can also get another notification going out when they move it to done. You can also create different user groups so that your portfolio manager or your team supervisor can monitor the progress of the rest of the team. But wait, it gets even better. Let me show you how to add a checklist to this task. So you just click on Add Checklist and then watch this. You can create a custom checklist for exactly what needs to be done. So for a leaky faucet, you might include check the water pressure, inspect the washer and O-rings, test for proper function, clean up the work area, and take photos of the completed work. Now, here's a pro tip. Save this as a checklist template. Next time you have a plumbing issue, you can just load this checklist with one click. Next, let me show you something else that's really cool, the auto task feature. This lets you create tasks automatically based on different triggers. For example, you can create a cleaning task after each checkout, or create a task to buy firewood when an upsell is added. And again, the nice thing here is that you can make the task super specific and even add detailed checklists to each one to ensure that your team isn't skipping any important steps. The task feature is really about creating systems that run without you having to micromanage everything. Once you have your tasks and automation set up properly, your business will be way more streamlined. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. James, all sounds great, but how do I know I'm setting these systems up the right way? And here's the thing. When I first started systematizing my Airbnb business, I spent months testing different workflows, creating checklists, and fine-tuning my processes. I literally tested hundreds of different combinations before finding what actually works. And that's exactly why I created B&B Tribe. Inside of B&B Tribe, I share my entire systems library, every single checklist, template, and automation that I use to run my properties while I travel. We're talking about my complete turnover checklist system, property inspection templates, maintenance tracking workflows, guest communication automations, and my detailed team management processes. But it's not just about downloading some templates. You also get access to our weekly community calls where we dive deep into topics exactly like this: how to set up your systems, how to train your team, how to automate everything properly. Plus, you'll join hundreds of other hosts who are building systems-driven businesses right alongside you. The community forum is incredibly active, with hosts sharing what's working, asking questions, and helping each other to succeed. And right now, Tribe members also get access to over $4,000 in exclusive discounts and perks with tools like HostAway and other softwares that you use to automate your business. The whole point is to help you skip the months and months of trial and error that I went through and get straight to what works. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link at the top of the description down below. It's $49 a month and you can cancel anytime. But honestly, the discounts alone are worth 10 times the amount of the membership. But let's keep going because there's still so much more to show you inside HostAway. The reviews section in HostAway allows you to easily see all of your guest reviews in one place. You can also filter super easily and download custom reports. So here's a really cool pro tip. Download all the reviews from each of your listings and upload them into an AI tool like ChatGPT or Cloud. Then ask the AI what guests love most about your property so you know what to highlight in your listing. You can also ask the AI what improvements you should make to your listing based on all of the guest feedback. This is an amazing and easy way to ensure that you're constantly improving as a host. One other feature that I should mention in the review section is the auto reviews feature. Just like the name suggests, it allows you to automatically review each of your guests, which can end up saving quite a bit of time. The guest payment tab is next on the list, and this is basically just your go-to spot for any booking related transactions. You can see all the transactions, set up auto payments for when guests book your new reservations through your direct booking website, and configure the layout of receipts that go out to your guests. Straightforward, and it works. Now, let's dive into what I think is the most powerful part of HostAway's financial reporting, the analytics section. When you click into the analytics tab, the first thing you'll notice is the comprehensive performance dashboard. This isn't just a basic overview, it's a deep dive into every aspect of your business's performance. Let me show you why this is so powerful. First, let's look at the revenue analytics. The system automatically breaks down your revenue streams in a way that actually makes sense. You can see exactly how much money you're making from each channel that you're listed on, plus all the key metrics like your occupancy rate and your ADR. This level of detail helps you understand where your money is really coming from. Having a quick and easy access to this data is insanely helpful for making smart, data-driven decisions with your hosting. Owner statements is another cool tab for anyone managing listings for other owners. It allows you to quickly and easily put together different performance reports for your owners, which can be a big time saver. Then you've got your listings tab where you can quickly edit any of your listings and have those changes pushed out to every different channel that you're listed on. You've got your channel manager tab where you can configure different channel manager settings, such as applying a markup on your pricing, for example, to certain channels. So I use this to mark up my rates on channels where I know I can get more for my properties, and then mark down my rates for my direct booking websites since I'm not paying any of the hefty platform fees. The user management tab allows you to add additional users on your account and set individual group permissions for each user. This is especially useful for adding team members and clients inside of HostAway. You can choose which listings and exactly which parts of HostAway each user does and doesn't get access to. So for example, I may want my cleaners to see the calendar, but not all of the financials. And as a co-host, you may want your owners to see the financials, but not all the individual reservations or the guest messages. Setting that up in HostAway is super easy to do, so managing all that ends up being a breeze. And then last but not least, we've got the booking engine tab. And this is truly one of my favorite things about HostAway. It's just so easy to create a direct booking website that you'd be nuts not to do it. When you click into the booking engine tab, this is where you can create your own website that lets guests book directly with you instead of going through platforms like Airbnb or VRBO. Let me show you why this is such a game changer. When guests book through the major platforms, you're paying anywhere from 12 to 17% in fees. But with direct bookings, you're looking at just a small credit card processing fee. That means more money in your pocket. And you can offer your guests better rates while maintaining your margins. The website builder itself is incredibly straightforward. When you click create website, it'll instantly create your entire website, and then you can go in and make little customizations to get it looking and feeling the way that you want it to. The property listing section is particularly well designed. Your properties are automatically pulled in from HostAway, complete with all your photos, your descriptions, and your amenities. But here's what's really cool. You can customize how this information is displayed as well. The booking process itself is also incredibly smooth. HostAway has built in all the essential features like real-time availability checking, secure payment processing, automatic confirmation emails, integration with your existing calendar, and mobile-friendly booking flow. Having your own direct booking website is really about taking control of your business. It's about building your own brand, creating direct relationships with your guests, and maximizing your profits on every single booking. And really, that's what this whole video has been about. Taking control of your hosting business by having the right systems in place. You've seen how HostAway can help you automate your guest communication, streamline your team management, handle your finances, and even create your own direct booking website. But here's the thing, having the right tool is only half the battle. You need to know how to use it effectively as well. And again, that's exactly why I created B&B Tribe. Inside B&B Tribe, I share absolutely everything about how I run my Airbnb business. I'm talking about my complete HostAway setup, every automation, every template, every system that I use to run my properties while I travel. These are the exact systems that have helped hundreds of hosts completely transform their businesses. But it's more than just templates and systems too. You also get access to our weekly community calls where we dive deep into topics exactly like this: how to set up your hosting automations, how to train your team, how to optimize your pricing, how to get more direct direct bookings. Plus, you'll join an incredible community of hosts who are all building successful system-driven businesses. The community forum is incredibly active, with hosts sharing what's working, asking questions, and helping each other to succeed. And right now, Tribe members get access to over $4,000 in exclusive discounts on tools like HostAway and other softwares that you can use to automate your hosting business. The discounts alone usually pay for more than the cost of the membership by a large margin. So if you want to check it out, just click the link at the top of the description down below. Like I said before, it's $49 per month and you can cancel anytime you want. And if you're not completely blown away by the value inside, just let me know and I'll refund your first month, no questions asked. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps me to grow the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this about the tools and systems I use to run my Airbnb business, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. Also, let me know in the comments if you're already using HostAway or if you have any questions about setting it up. I love hearing from you guys and helping however I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.